Hey guys, this is the general reading for Leo for December 2019. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you're just drawn to this video, if you have significant Leo in your chart, um, also for more of a complete picture, or if this reading doesn't resonate with you, you can check out all those other things that I just said of my videos that I either have already made or will make in the future. Basically, of Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, drawn to significant places in the chart, all that. I'm going to get to something a little bit more special of an announcement for November, December. So I'm going to finish up my announcements real quick, and then I'm going to get to that. So I would advise you to listen. If you do skip ahead, that's fine. You might miss it, but so I just want to get my other stuff out of the way real quick. Energy is fluid. Some, none, or all of this may apply. I can read it as love. It could be career. I can read it as you. It could be someone else. It could have already happened. It might be happening now. It could happen in the future. It may not happen at all. So just apply it to your life as necessary. Don't make it fit if it doesn't. Thank you so much to those of you who have participated in helping and giving and receiving with my channel through services. I love working with you guys. Through inquiring about donations. So thank you so much of those who wanted the even give and take with me, reciprocity, or if the videos helped you. All of that information is in the description box below the video. PayPal address, email address, service information, all of that. So thank you very much. Also, so much thanks to you guys as well who have liked my videos, shared my videos, share, commented, especially commenting on them. I read every one of them, even if I don't have time to reply to all of them. And subscribing, preferably hitting the bell so that you don't miss any video I put out. I do put out different types of videos. So thank you so much for that. So the announcement that I wanted to say is I'm doing a raffle. And in case you don't know, because some people don't know what a raffle is you pay a small amount of money towards a chance to win a service, an object, something. So I'm doing a raffle for November and December. For the November one, I will pull the winner. I'm going to write it on like raffle tickets. I'll do a video, pull the winner within a week after November. For the December one, this is November 2019. I will pull them within a week of December in December 2019. For the December one, I will pull that within a week after December is over, within a week of January 2020. I think I got that right. November, December 2019, January 2020. I may do one also raffle in January, but I'm not sure about it yet. So what the raffle is for $5. You can get any one of my readings, even alive, like I'm being giving during, this time of year and everything. So for $5, you can choose any one of my readings or one of my shamanic services, which I'll be putting in the description box soon. Adding that because I just got done with all my shamanic training. Shamanic service would be a shamanic illumination, which is basically where I would go into your energy field and just see what needs to be taken out, put in, what's going on in it, what, can be given to you to help you, what can be taken away to help you. Are there things you need to see? Are there messages? Sometimes power animals come in. Sometimes there's things in your energy field that needs to be going and be repaired. Sometimes there's fluid energy, which is newer, harder energy, newer. You don't want that type of energy in you. Or sometimes it's more concrete, so it's more of crystallized energy. And that needs to be taken out. This obviously includes a chakra clearing and balancing. Really, honestly, you can't just limit it to one thing, because sometimes when you go in and do an elimination, it's whatever spirit presents and what you see. But you basically just go in and do a cleaning and a tuning up and adding and a removal, basically what it needs in your energetic field. It's illumination. It brings things to light, maybe even some of your ways. Sometimes it guides to things needing to be extracted from your energy field or from your underworld. So shamanic illumination or a shamanic soul retrieval. So I would go into your underworld, your subconscious, and sometimes soul fragments leave in this lifetime or in a past lifetime, multiple lifetimes, because either something happened or something was too painful or it had a reason to, and it would be beneficial to your journey for that soul fragment to come back and integrate with you again. And so sometimes they're already ready to come back. Sometimes they take a little convincing, and sometimes they won't come back and they just won't come back, or sometimes they won't come back, but they'll give like parameters or stipulations for you to meet. And then they will come back because they want to make sure they're coming back to a safe environment. So to make sure you're in a safer environment, or that you're taking care of yourself and all of that. And sometimes that can just give you your oomph back, make you feel a little bit more complete, a little bit more oomph to doing what you need to do. Power animals are usually gifted to you as well as gifts to help get you through those times and going forward. And also there could be upper world journeys, so such as like destiny retrieval. So say if, you've just done a lot of soul work, you're kind of stuck, and, you really just need to kind of have some information or connection more with like the higher realms or your future self or whatever can offer advice to you, or even like a glimpse of destiny. Some people become so enraptured in their reality or their wounds or whatever, or their limitations, perceived limitations. They have a hard time seeing what their potential is or what the possible future is, or don't have any hope. You know what I mean? So there's many things that can be gifted to you also from the upper realms. So shamanic service. $5, any reading or one of my shamanic services. Or you could pay $7 and get any reading and like any one reading, like one of them, any reading and a shamanic service, one shamanic service. And that's a great deal. Like that's like $7 compared to, you add all that up, you're looking at easily $200 to $300 easily, So also it's a way to help everybody out. We're all community. It's a way to get a chance if you don't have a lot of money, you have a chance to get it. If you're really at that part where you just need that next step or the next level, or you're really just on your soul journey, or also just the give and take again. I'm also doing this instead of just commenting to be able to enter, because this is just a lot that I'm offering right now. It's a lot of my time. It's a lot of my energy. It takes a lot out of me. And I need investment I need some type of investment, a little bit more significant from people for this. And it also helps me more kind of have better chances, or guaranteeing that the person who wins that I'm working with is like ready in that part of their journey. Cause I'm not here to convince people or like really kind of just dance around and play games. So I really want somebody who's at that part of their journey where, they're working on themselves, they're wanting to learn, they're wanting to figure things out, they're wanting to know everything they can or see all they can, not in an obsessive way, but just in a way where it would be helpful to their soul work and soul journey, and the stuff that they're already doing or already getting that push that they're wanting to do and opening up to. So how you do it is you need to subscribe to my channel, preferably hit the bell, so you pick all, hopefully, so you get all the videos, be notified. Like the video. So if you're doing the November one, I only did one video for November because there's a lot going on. So you have to go to my November one, which is Taurus, and comment in that video. There's more than that, but on the videos part, you would need to like and comment on the video. If you're doing the December drawing, then you would go to any one of my December ones I already have out or that I'm continuing to put out. You could put comments on the November one up until 11:59 of the last day of November. So if you're doing the December one, like it, leave a comment. So for whichever one you're doing, you can also do November and December. You just pay separately. You could put in the notes like for November and December. You can also do more than one, buy more than one ticket for either one, both of them. You can also gift these. So you don't have to keep it for yourself. If you want to gift it for the holiday or something, you can also do that. The only thing that I ask of you is please, please, please make sure that whoever you are gifting these to is somebody who is on their path and they are wanting to learn and they're open and receptive. Please don't gift it to somebody who you might think is cool or they don't understand your ways. And you're like, maybe Candice can get through to them. Or maybe they'll think this is cool. See, they'll see it's synchronistic too. No, I don't want to do any of that. Please don't do that. Make sure they're on their journey too, or you keep it for yourself. Okay, so you subscribe, hit the bell, like the video, whichever one, November, December, comment, whichever one, November or December, and then go to my PayPal. My PayPal information is in the description box below. Go to my PayPal and you pay either $5 or $7, whichever option you want. Damn, I should have kept it like my prices. It's been like $5.55, $7.77. Oh well, whatever. So, in the information for the comment stuff, if you could please put your name, put raffle if you can, like the word raffle. If not, I'll probably know. It's just hard to tell with like donations or not what's what. So if you can put your name, preferably if you could put raffle. I would like it also if you can put either November or December. You can abbreviate it if you want, or both, either or. If it's November, put November. If it's December, put December. If it's both, put both. Your email address so I can contact you, and your YouTube name so I can see where you commented. At the very least, please put, preferably the month, but at least your email address and your YouTube name. Okay? Like I said, I will take all the stuff, drawings, write them on raffle tickets, put them in a bowl, and I will do a video. I don't know if it'll be live or recorded, and I'll pull it out. And you'll know if you want to, you can contact me too. But if not, I will be trying to contact you. For some reason, I can't figure out who it is because some people don't put everything. Then I'll do my best on saying what the information is and give so much of a length of a time. And if you don't reach out, then I don't know what to say. Next poll. Okay, so I think that's it. I will try to put it also in a comment below, all the stuff that's needed, or you can rewatch this, subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment on the video, either in the zodiac readings for November, there's one, or any of the zodiac readings for December, depending on whichever one you're going for. I'm going to do 2 raffles, one for November, one for December. Each one is pulled within a week after the month it was for. You're not buying this service. You're buying the chance to win the service. Okay? And please, hopefully include name, the month you're going for, and raffle. But at the very least, in the PayPal information, please put email address, your email address so I know where to contact you, and your YouTube name that you commented off of, that you work off of. Okay? $5, any reading or shamanic, one of my shamanic services. $7, live reading and one of my shamanic services. Okay. So Leo, I'm sorry that this took so long. Thank you so much for bearing with me, or for those of you who did. So your energy is a little bit of a somber one. You're holding a lot in. There is a lot of kind of frustration and anger too, but it's almost like a heat and an anger mixed with a sadness. And almost in a way kind of feeling defeated. But at the same time, either planning or strategizing or just not knowing how to let go. So the thoughts and the hopes start to cycle. So in the center of your reading, you have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So, I mean, this could be someone coming to you, like a friend or an apology or some new, hey, what's up, or flirting or whatever. For some, it's one or the other. I think it's both. Like, some of you, somebody very well could be coming up and it's just lighthearted and fun and flirty or whatever. Or just friendship-wise. It's just very childlike and innocent, nothing heavy. I also think too, though, that this is an energy within you that has like a potential for like a new beginning in a way of, you know, not only passionate but like creative. It's a very like, so, you know, sexual energy, and, you know, sexual energy seems to come up a lot for Leos too, I find. I find a lot of Leos, especially if they're women, anyone, but the women, it's kind of a divine feminine thing going on anyways. But I find they are having a hard time and having a lot of blocks with their sexual energy and feminine energy. And not knowing where to put it in like the best or most usable place. Like you're used to almost channeling through your intenseness or your fierceness or your aggression, even in a sexual way, even in your sexuality. And it's not really serving you the way you've been doing it. And it's trying to teach you how to use it in a better way for yourself. But I almost feel like a Leo stubbornness right now, where you're kind of bucking the system in a way, or you're kind of resisting. There's almost a misuse to an energy. You may want to watch my November Taurus reading. It may resonate with you. Also, some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio, not only because some of the things line up, but there are two cards here that, you know, they came up exactly in the same way in the Scorpio reading. So maybe, or this may just be, or have initiated during like the Scorpio, like retrograde, Mercury retrograde. So, or Scorpio season. So I don't know. But there is an energy that is here for you to utilize for your benefit. That is all about like creativity and passion and new beginnings, and just being more like lighthearted and using like, so sexual energy, but using it in a creative way. And obviously you don't always have to do that, but so let's just say you're used to using it in a sexual way, right? So while right now, because there's obviously a hiatus that you're going through, why not take the time to start practice using this in other creative ways and starting to get a different channeling of energy and explore a different polarity almost, or a different way, because it will help balance you out. Because you don't have to stay there. It's just to learn that way. You may only know one way and you got to learn another way. So you go from one end of the spectrum to the other and then bounce back in the middle. So now, depending on what you need to do with it, you're more flexible. Like if it's a time where it's healthy and good for you to go explore with your sexual, you know, energy, then boom, you go that way. You've already got that way nailed. Although the weird part is, what you'll find is when you balance the other energy, it will actually make your sexual energy even more healthy and balanced. It actually happens. But that one you've already pretty much got covered. You need to explore the other one, and then it will balance you, and then just both sides will be more balanced, and you'll be able to shift and flow. So if you need to go this way and use it, you can. If you need to go this way with an outlet, you can. And you seem to just be trying to go like one way. You know, you're just like, you're almost being like a, I don't want to say a typical Taurus because really any sign can do that, but especially fixed ones. But, you know, Tauruses were like that a lot more. They still are, but some of them are getting their butts handed to them in spiritual lessons. So either way, you are one track mind, just like the way I see Tauruses. Like you guys just move more, you know. Tauruses, though, when they do get moving and focused, they're just, and it's kind of asking you to look a different way, because what's crossing you is you have the Queen of Wands reverse. So this could be someone else. Of course, apply this as necessary, flip-flop it if need to. But I really get this is you. And I don't mean this in a, you know, the Queen of Wands reverse isn't usually the best of a character. It might be. You might be like going out, right? You might just be kind of in like crazy mode or angry mode or vengeful mode or whatever. Maybe even utilizing sex for manipulation. I don't know. So apply that as necessary. But what I mostly get from this at first glance is so the Queen of Wands upright, she is very passionate. She is very enthusiastic. She is very creative in knowing what to do with her energies. She is upright because she knows how to utilize her energies in a way that feeds her. She knows how to utilize her energies. Okay, so that's just come up. Her, so I say me, like, I don't know if this is me, but you know what I'm saying. Like, this would be you. Her energies to feed herself. Okay? Well, and above. You know what I'm saying. The Queen of Wands reversed does not either know how to do that, they don't see the benefit in doing that, or they don't want to do that for whatever reason. So they don't know how to utilize their own energies to feed them and uplift them, which means their own energies sabotage themselves and bring them down. And because of that, they usually are like dependent and needing and pulling off someone else to either make them happy or feel energetic or not be depressed or to revive their own energy or to feel good again or whatever. So this could be possible energy vampire. And also, please don't take that wrong, okay? Let's just break it down for a second here. A lot of people like to talk about like narcissists and people like that being energy vampires. In all reality, everybody in a way, like, we utilize and bounce off each other's energies. And sometimes people do purposely take from others in an over kind of way. And then sometimes people do it like subconsciously if they're stuck in a pattern and they don't realize it and people are not communicating on their boundaries and they're just toxic. You know what I mean? So don't take that anyway by me saying this. And of course, flip it as necessary. But if this was me, the reason I'm saying this is because I would totally own it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think bad of this, or if someone said this to me. Plus I'm a straight shooter when I talk too, but this is not I don't get a bad vibe from this. I don't get a malicious vibe from this. I get a vibe of you're turned all upside down because you don't know how to utilize your energies. You could even view this person or thing around you as having stole your energy, and you very well, because of that, could be, draining someone else's energy. It seems like a kind of codependent situation. But what this is trying to teach you, and the energy that's available to you, is how to utilize your own energies and how to have them feed you and rejuvenate you and how to go within. Because this queen would either want to or need to utilize someone or something else to either get what they wanted or feel fulfilled. And the unfortunate part about doing it in this energy is that you stay in this energy. And it just seems to snowball and get worse and worse And then all of a sudden you're finding yourself seeing and doing things you wouldn't normally do. It's just not your way. You're finding some way to rationalize it though in your head for like survival, or you're going in fear-based mode. Like when this person switches to this person, at first it's easier to go back to this, but the longer they're in this position, the harder it is to get out of it. It is totally possible though, but this can become so twisted and messed up over time just for preservation and survival after a while that, like I said, it's just almost that feeling like you're not yourself anymore. And I don't know if you've already been realizing that, or if this is just a, hey, you may want to work on this so you don't end up that way. Based on the energy of this, I mean, it is kind of Leo-like, but to some degree it's not. So you already may not be doing fully what, you know, is either what you normally do or in your potential. There's a lot of fire energy here, but it's being misused. And there's just kind of an acceptance. And honestly, I even feel part of you, like, you know that, like, even what's in your foundation, like, you know that. Like, you know that there's an acceptance that needs to be had in this. And almost like a surrender, like even on the bottom of the deck, you know, is 6. Oh, okay, I get it now. So the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the wheel. This is the energy on the bottom of the deck, not the wheel, the world. This is you ending the cycle of you trying to work on it and creating a victory out of this. And really all it's just creating is, you know, 5 of Swords energy. So you know that this needs to be done. Like this pattern in this cycle. Your intuition is telling you, your logical mind is telling you. The only thing that is telling you different is your emotional space and your sexual energy. And I don't mean like emotions like, oh, I'm listening to my heart. Not those emotions. I mean the ones that you're stuck in your subconscious, that moon energy that just becomes confusing or addictive or cycles or patterns, or you just not balanced emotions. Let's put it that way. In your past or recent past, you have the 9 of Swords. So here's your anxiety about it. I'm not sure why. I don't know if I feel like something happened or split up or something. Or you found something out, like a secret or something. But either way, in your head, you're sitting here like thinking about this person, thinking about the situation, thinking about the past, thinking about, you know, your other expectations or your dreams, or just daydreaming and nostalgic type thoughts. Let's pull a clarifier on that. Just see. Yeah, like you're really going within. Here's the Hermit card. You're really going within and you're just thinking about like all the time. You're thinking about the good times. Probably the sex, to be honest with you. You're thinking about the good times and you're thinking about what you wanted it to be and what you should have gotten out of it. The victory of it, like the victory. Like you've put in so much work, you've put in so much energy, you've put in so many like plans and wants and desires. And it's just that, honestly, it's really the fixed sign traits, but just that Taurus of, I will bust through this door. I will bust through this door. Maybe some of you have like a Taurus moon or a Taurus rising or something. Well, we do have Uranus and Taurus too, but, you're already seeming to cycle back on the pattern, just so you know, in case you don't know that. because this right here that you're doing, maybe you're doing it because of healing. So hopefully you're doing this to heal. And either way, it does lead you more into your emotions or confusing on it. So hopefully you're doing this in a beneficial way of, you know, going back on this. And that might be why the Hermit card came up to you. You might be doing some type of like self-work, inner work, or self-reflection. Be careful though, because I'm just really getting that vibe, like it's a slippery slope, right? It's a slippery slope for it to not become a trap, because this is one of those things that can really help you in a way to look back on it with different eyes. But it's also an opportunity to get stuck in this time period again and have those emotions come up and just lock you into that reality. You know what I mean? So that you kind of, in a part of you, stay in that reality, and then they're not lining up, and the other part of you like is like, wait, what's wrong? Why isn't it like this? And then you go into like fixer mode again, or over proving mode, or maybe I'll lay it on them right type mode, or I don't really know if I give them what they want, or if I just stay and prove myself long enough, like they'll whatever your thought is. But I'm really getting with this slippery slope. So, like I said, please be careful if you are doing self-reflection, self-work, shadow work, inner work. If you have to, write down your goals of what you're trying to do, or write down, like, even if you do think of the good things, make sure you write down equally on the side the not great things, or, you know, two bad things for the one good thing. You want to keep your mind in perspective while you're doing this. Also give yourself like timelines, like give yourself only so many minutes a day, or give yourself only like a week to be able to do it. Like, you want to give yourself boundaries, because there's a tendency here that you can easily become overindulgent in this energy, because this feels a whole lot better, you know, than this. So it's very easy to get stuck here. And at first your mind's like, it's a nice reprieve. You know, it's not real. But after a while, your mind, and I'm serious about this, after a while, your mind doesn't know it's not real. It will start to act in a way as if it's real, or as if it should be happening, or as if it should be manifesting. Or then you start to get sad, or then you start to try again, or then you start to strategize again. And before you know it, you're in this whole other cycle, and you're like, damn, how did this happen? Why can't I let this go? Which is exactly what's in your hopes. So this might be one of the reasons, like maybe guidelines and parameters or discipline on this while you're doing the work, to make sure, or have an accountability partner to make sure you don't get stuck, or try going at this from a different way if this always seems to put you back on the cycle. Because that's really what's coming up. I'm really getting, you're like, screw this, blah, blah, blah. And then you start doing it to do the work. And then before you know it, it's like you really, truly are fondly thinking about this stuff. And you're like, boop, shot right back in to being like in that fantasy world or something. And in your likely future, it's like, here you are. So yeah, you're healing. You're kind of protecting yourself. But the 9 of Wands is also about, you still have one fight left in you. So exactly what is this? Is it that you have another fight left in you? Do you decide with all this nostalgic thinking that you miss them, or maybe I could do this differently, or maybe they'll learn, or I'll just wait? Like, you having hope? Like, you still have another fight in you. Let's pull a card on it and see. Or is it you healing? I mean, you have Justice reversed and Ace of Pentacles reversed. So I think that you don't really honestly know. You're not going to know. On one hand, your intuition is going to be telling you it's over. And on the other hand, the kind of cyclic part of you that you're trying to work through and break this, honestly, like devil card energy, if you will, you also have that with Justice reverse. I would be more comfortable if it was Ace of Pentacles reverse and Justice upright. But it's not. It's Justice reverse and Ace of Pentacles reversed. There's not a balance. There's not a symmetry here. Like you're wavering back and forth. You're just like because I don't honestly really think you're listening to your intuition. I think your emotions and your kind of addictive or karmic drives, the things for you to work through, basically. Like everyone's kind of going through them right now. That's what you're working through. And a lot of the energy, what it has to do with is the Nine of Pentacles energy for you guys right now. Apparently being like independent, being confident, like being in your highest energy, right? Like Leos, most of them, not all of them, are known stereotypically as liking to have, you know, the attention on them, the energy on them. Very warm-hearted, but they're just fun-loving and fierce, and they just love having a good time and being like center of attention. They like being in the party, you know what I mean? Being part of the party, being the head of the party, whatever. Like, so on one hand, it's about getting in a type of situation or getting in your own frame of mind where you could be there, like even in your own space. Like you don't need other people to bring you into that space because it's just you're embodying it. But at the same time, also learning how to be in environments that they support that reality for you. Like right now, you seem to be in a reality or holding on to a reality that is not supporting your ideal image. They're not lining up with what you want, but you're so stuck on making this person or situation into what you want. It's like me being like, I want to eat cherries and I keep eating a steak and I just keep doing it. Like I'm determined my whole life, I will turn that steak into a cherry. One day that steak will taste like a cherry. It will be sweet. It has a seed inside, whatever, however far you want to go with that. It's unreasonable. You know what I mean? And if God ever turns that, then he does. But he or she does, whatever your belief is. You get what I'm saying? You're not in a situation that this is what you want. You want to feel good. You want to feel empowered. You want to feel that positive sexual energy that radiates to others around you, brings in that energy of attention and woo, look at me in a, you know, awesome kind of way, but also in a way that flows into your abundance and you just feel good. Okay. But you're not in a situation that supports that reality. You're in a situation that supports an opposite reality, one that you're always chasing this. It's like a drug addict, like chasing the dragon, you know? You're chasing this, but really, you're really like not chasing this. It's almost like, let's see if I can explain this properly. It's almost like as if somebody is like dangling a carrot in front of your face, but instead of it being a carrot, it's like either a virtual reality thing or one of those things that you click and pick through and it like turns, it shows you an image. I forgot what they're called. It's like real dated back in the day when I was a kid, but you know, you do, and it turns, it has images. And it's like they're holding that in front of your face. So all you can see in your reality is this image. And you just keep walking towards it like this is what I want, blah, blah, blah. But if you removed that in front of your face, you'd be like, oh my God. That's not at all what is going on here. It's kind of like that. But, you know, you're still wanting to fight the good fight, apparently. Which I guess is why you have that over there. How you see yourself is the King of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So you're definitely keeping a lot of this to yourself, I feel. I think you might be watching somebody, or you might be harboring a lot more. You're harboring a lot more emotion than you're letting on to. And here's another thing I think that's keeping you trapped. I think the resentment and the anger that you're feeling about whatever's been done to you or whatever you learned or whatever has not been going your way or just all this crap energy, I think almost in a way, instead of you ferociously letting it out, some of you are, some of you aren't. Some of you are almost using this nostalgia, dreaminess, thinking about it, and coming up with new hopes and new ideas and all that. It's almost like this way that you've learned that that's your way that you channel your energy. Like that's the way you channel your passion and your fire, even though it's like dying because you're keeping yourself blocked off. But you're channeling it through your chasing or desire, or trying to manifest this. And really, I think if you just stopped and looked at those emotions that is causing you the agitation, that is almost crackheadedly wanting to revive this again, even though a huge part of you is like, what's wrong with me? You know, it's almost like the drug addict who sticks the needle in their arm and they're like, but oh my God, I did it again type thing. It's almost like if you just sat with that feeling, you would probably feel a lot of the not only pent up energy within yourself that you don't know what to do with, so you're utilizing it in the drama of this situation. Because most people have this much energy, if they don't know how to utilize that energy in a creative outlet, they usually tend to be attracted to drama. But you would probably find that you have a lot of pent up anger and a lot of pent up bitterness and resentment. And you're almost going about it more in a passive aggressive way where, instead of really going at the person, some of you might, or like holding the person accountable or getting so angry that you just are like done, which is weird because normally Leo's in more of a healthy energy. They're very quick to be done. They will hang in there for a while, but once they know somebody really doesn't have their best interest at heart, they'll cut off. And I don't know if you just haven't realized that about this person or situation, or if just you're not really, because you're not in your healthiest energy. So you're not really thinking from the same perspective as somebody who would be like, F this. You're more channeling, because they would channel that in a different way. Like they would channel it and go on a new beginning, a new creative, and explore new things, blah, blah, blah. Somebody with not a healthy energy is going to channel it in a way where they're either very manipulative or they will just keep trying to like chase the situation and just drag all their energy down, trying to make it right or fixed or whatever. They never will. Because even if that person came around, it's still not really going to be the same. There's not really going to be trust and stuff. And those feelings are going to come out. You're going to feel yourself shift. Like if they started really being there for you and the way you wanted them to be, you're going to feel all that come out anyways. You're just not sharing it right now because either you think they don't care or you think they'll go away. There's a fear to it. But that's also, I think, what's keeping you in the cycle is it's like your passive aggressive way of getting the energy out is like chasing them and having hopes. And really it's just an unsettledness of you not accepting what it is and accepting that it's not what's best for you. Yes, you're going to have to start over, which should excite you if you saw what the future of this would look like. But I understand. But also it's just instead of holding someone else accountable for their wrongs or like whatever was done to you with your emotions, it's almost like you try to fix it yourself of somebody else hurting you. You're taking on their not responsibilities, because nobody's has responsibility to you, but you're taking on the hurt and the emotions that someone else caused you, and you're trying to fix it, which is somewhat good, but it's not good to like just fix it with that person, especially when they don't want to. It's almost like the saying of like, you don't go back to the same thing that broke you or hurt you, you know what I mean, to fix you. Like whatever hurt you or broke you cannot fix you. You have to go and fix yourself. Either someone else can help you with that if they're meant to be that phase of your life, or you go do that, preferably yourself. You should do it yourself. That's the best way. And you either just leave that alone and you'll end up healing it and let it go, or you get stronger and better first, and then you go back and address it and just whatever. So you're trying to heal and fix that unsettled, wrong, hurt, and anger inside of you through chasing the dragon, which is just making it worse. It's blocking you up. It's not going to work. I'm not going to go anywhere. I think this person or thing that you're dealing with is not really a commitment type thing. It's either not going to be a long commitment, whatever it is. And honestly, your energy wouldn't be able to handle a long commitment type of person right now. That's another reason you need to do some healing. I'm just trying to, there's something else this Knight of Pentacles wants to say or show. So some of you might very well be dealing with a Scorpio, as this might be the Scorpio, or somebody who's just a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or somebody who's just really a king over the realm of emotions, whether that's in a good way, which for you at least, not so much, or they could be like emotionally manipulative. Tell me about the King of Cups. Yeah, it's the King. So this is you, the Knight of Pentacles, and you're kind of more going slowly too, but you're trying to go and build away from this person. A lot of you might actually literally be like, no, you're wrong. Like, I'm done, blah, blah, blah. And you might really be, but you might find yourself going through these phases that I'm talking about. Or you might think, like I said earlier, because your thoughts is in that Six of Cups, again, another Scorpio card, that you're in a healing state. And that's why I was saying, be careful. It's a slippery slope, because this is the type of thing when someone's doing this, that 1 minute you're on a healing part of your journey, and literally split second later, you just open up the door to the cycle you are already on. So just pay attention to that. Be wary, whatever. What's in your environment is the Four of Swords. So this person, not really talking, they're just doing their own thing. They're in their own head, might even be reassessing how they're going to go about this and what they're going to do. The cards is clarifying this, Nine of Cups and Seven of Cups. Again, I believe a lot of Scorpio energy, but they're all about themselves. They're all about their emotions. They're all about what they want. They're all about their own thing. They're all about just fun, ego, whatever. Like, it's not serious. Could be intense. There's a lot of emotions there. They're very much about emotions and feeling good. Options and stuff. I don't know if I said that, but and that was the same. The Four of Swords came up for the King of Cups. How your environment sees you is the Star. So they could see you as healing, but like after that, I also got hope. Like maybe they think you still have hope, or maybe you really do have hope, because clarifying this is the Five of Wands. So you could be very argument and, combative with them. It could also be seen as still willing to try, like you're still playing the game. So they might even see you as either you still have hope or they still have hope, because if you were really done, then you would just be done. You know what I mean? You just be done. There's nothing left. Finito. But you're still interacting in some way, even if it's energetically or upset wise, like whatever. Yeah. For one, you're all up in your feelings and trying to process them and deal with them. You're, combating yourself and your own inner struggles. But you're kind of in the dark. Like, you're not really seeing things. Your hopes, you have the Queen of Swords in Judgment. I mean, come on now. I sympathize with you, though, so I understand. Like, you're wanting to, like, have your boundaries, but you're wanting to be done. Like, you're wanting to cut this out and to see what you need to see to just eradicate it. Like, you know it needs to be gone. You know it needs to be gone. You know it. But there's a part of you that's, like, still hanging on. This might be good for you guys, too. Like, make sure you do the raffle that I was talking about. If you fast-forwarded, go back. It's towards the end of my announcement of my intro or whatever. Like, maybe it can help you release or help, like, it will release the energy with, like, shamanic work or whatever. Or it can help you start to release that. But you are stuck in some energy. You really should watch. A lot of this really resonates with my Taurus readings, period. But especially like the November Taurus reading. And then you can comment while you're there. But you want to see all of this. You want to see what's keeping you stuck. You want to see what you're not seeing. You want to release it. That's Leo stuck. You don't want to start over. You're scared of the unknown. Not scared, but you don't want to deal with the unknown. I feel like also you feel like this is it for what you want, whatever this is, person or situation or whatever. You feel like this is it for what you want. And if you don't manifest here, then you'll never have what you want, like the happiness or the emotional fulfillment. Or if you like this person's sex, like you'll never be able to get like your sexual energy released, or you're just in a very fear-based mode that you don't want to give up. You've put so much into this. You don't want to start all over. And you either don't want to manifest again, or you don't think you can manifest this somewhere else. And to be honest with you, I hope you don't. But as far as what you would feel like, you can manifest better. That's kind of the illusion of this fear-based codependency feeling, is a lack mentality and feeling like you'll never find it again. And here's the thing. You may find it again. You may not find it again. But if you're open and you're learning and you're willing to evolve and realize clearly you don't fully know what to do or what you're doing, like clearly you don't always know what's best for you, and you're open to learning new things and finding more things out about yourself, because what you have been chasing that you think you want is not bringing you what you thought it would. So if you're open to it, you will actually find that you'll either find the same thing again, but better, or you'll find something else that you didn't even know you wanted. Like you didn't even know that you needed more than what you were chasing. And you have to really know and figure out those things about yourself. There's differences sometimes between what you want and what you need. And clearly, if somebody is sitting in this position, yes, they're not getting what they want, but even more so, they're not getting what they need. Somebody who's not getting what they want, but they're getting what they need, will still be in this position, because they're still being fulfilled. They're still getting their requirements met. But somebody who's not getting what they want, and more importantly, somebody who's not getting what they need, go in this position. And this situation may be something that part of you wants, especially since you're clearly working on trying to evolve. You know, there's a part of you that's going to emotionally and mentally, spiritually, body-wise, everything evolve to a higher consciousness, a higher divine feminine state. Literally, especially if you're a female watching this, almost, not all, but almost all divine feminines or ones that are on their spiritual journeys, they're going through these like sexual blocks. So you need to start to realize and assess what it is you need and go after what you need. And if you don't know what you need, then you just focus on yourself and you start doing different things and working on yourself and discipline and hobbies and, you know, just trialing it out, trial and error. Oh, I didn't like that. Oh, I do like that. Or going, you know, things you used to like to do as a kid that you gave up or stopped doing, or that just come to you and you're like, oh, that looks exciting. Even if your normal knee-jerk itch reaction is to go back to this, you need to be strong enough to tell yourself, much love and respect, I understand you want that, but that's not what we need right now. Maybe not ever, but not right now. And you seem to tend to, in those moments when you're open to it, find those situations, people, or moments where they are what you need. They are the ones that bring you the enlightenment. They are the ones that bring you that love. They are the ones who bring you that energy that help you start to break through. This energy and this person or situation or whatever, thought process, I don't know what it is. This is not an energy that, at least right now, is not going to help you break through and move forward. You're going to stay stuck and you're actually going to spiral more and more downward in a way that eventually will bring you like disease or illness. So this type of situation is not about your betterment. It's not about what's good for you. It's not about you. I mean, it is from your situation and stuff to heal, but from this other person's perspective, it's not about you. Like, one thing I learned along my journey, is that nobody will ever have to tell me more than once. I didn't know this in the past. I do know this now. Nobody will ever have to tell me more than once that they don't want to be with me, or that they don't want to be around me, or that they don't want to be friends with me, or any of that. I will never try to convince anybody to be in my life ever again. I will never be around somebody who is okay with leaving me confused. And I do have responsibility in that, I'm aware. But if somebody leaves me confused, or they're just okay with trying to sabotage me or not having my best interest at heart, and I understand I need to be responsible for that first and foremost. It is not anybody else's responsibility. But that does not mean that I'm going to go try to be around or with more than I need to in life around somebody who does not have those same interests. It is possible to have your best interest in heart and still have other people's, you know, you still care about them and want their well-being as well. I'm just not going to let somebody like stomp all over me, or me like sell myself out for somebody else. But this situation is not deserving of you. And I'm not even saying that it's a bad person or situation. I'm just saying that what you really want and what you're going after are not the same thing. I don't even think you really fully even know what you want right now, to be honest with you. And it's a beautiful thing when you just finally decide to release and let go, and you're open to what the world can bring to you. And whether it's just within yourself or another person or another situation, you end up finding this whole other way, this whole other life, and this whole other thing, that this situation makes you fall asleep. This situation makes you forget who you are. They make you forget who you are. Somebody who should be in your life, or some situation that should be in your life, you will have no choice but to remember who you are. You will have no choice but to step into your power, to step into your your manhood or your womanhood or your divineness. Not only because they will embrace that in you, but just their presence or it being in your life or whatever it is, it's so aligned with you. It's meant, it will, there's no way you won't be able to remember. But this other situation creates such a moon energy. It's so confusing. It has to be. Because either this person, because they could be, you know, a king in the realm of emotions, maybe even using it manipulatively. Either they're doing it and it's confusing you, or just you being with them and never getting what you want, but yet still going at it is keeping you confused. And because you're just not aligning with your intuition and your nature and everything, you're literally just on reaction mode. You are not tuned in with yourself and you're not remembering who you are. I feel, I get the vibe you're realizing it or you're starting to realize it. You're trying to break it. But there's no way that, I don't know about ever, but like right now, this situation is not going to help you remember who you are. And it's not going to get you back up right. It's just not. It's not. There's nothing you can do. No amount of waiting, no amount of action, no amount of laying it down properly, no amount of sexual like prowess or manipulative or deviancy or anything like that. It's never going to give you what you want. If anything, the more you try, the more you're giving them ammunition to be able to manipulate you. Just saying. So just go somewhere else. Like go to the one of the many other opportunities that will give you what you want. That will help you align and wake up and remember who you are. Right? That's what you want. You want to feel complete and you want to feel good and you want to remember who you are. Just let go of what it looks like. I know it's easier said than done. What you fear is the Hanged Man. You fear staying stuck and being in an uncomfortable position. Your likely outcome, you have the Moon card. So confusion, all up in your emotions, probably still have the addiction of this codependency type thing. I think will be very much in your emotions. I think your unbalanced emotions will be clouding a lot of your perception, which is why you're stuck in the Hangman position. And which what has a high likelihood of bringing this to where you're willing to fight another day because you're hoping it will pull you out of what you're feeling. And what you're not getting is that it is you staying in this and interacting with it eventually whenever you do that keeps you in this state. You will not have that perception change as long as you're around it. You won't see yourself and you won't see the world around you. You won't see what you need to see. Literally, you need to fast. So either for a little while or like forever from this situation. Maybe even do other fasts. Look into them. There's different types. There's certain types of food fasts or anything in your life you just know that you do a little bit too much or a little too independent on, you know, take a break from it, either one day a week, or for like a whole week or 2 weeks, or you can look it up. There's different ways of doing it. Some of your oracle cards is you have death and denial. I am learning that endings are merely a new beginning. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with insight of awareness. But so you're like denying like the end and the death of this whole thing. I think you have a fear also of loneliness. But it says, I know that I'm never alone. There's obviously codependency issues here. So this says absinthe mermaid. Which, I mean, she looks pretty angry. It's absinthe, like, you're just very in your emotions. But I'll read that. This is the only one I'm going to read to you. A comatose green mermaid is draped in a toxic stream of bottles, skulls, and poisons. She is drugged and lethargic, a slave to her torpid addiction. She seems at risk of being washed away at a moment's notice. Absinthe mermaid has wallowed in her addiction for too long. She has become languid. You have also spent too long immersed in an addiction or dependence. Addiction and dependence sap one's energy and rob one of vitality and strength. That's what I was saying with this earlier. Like, you are at a point where you're needing it from other people. You don't know how to channel it and derive it on your own. Something in your life, a substance, an obsession, or an unhealthy relationship is draining your life essence and you need to let it go. Seek assistance from a trusted friend. Oh yeah, I thought I saw something like moving over there. Seek assistance from a trusted friend, a wise person in your community, or a professional to help rid you of your unhealthy attachment before it's too late. Once you have escaped, reevaluate your life and take stock of your frailties. What led you down the path of addiction and dependence in the first place? What steps can you take to avoid stumbling down that rabbit hole again? Well, you can either not do this, or you can give yourself boundaries on this, because this, like I said, is a slippery slope. Okay, so a couple more oracle cards. You have accepting what is and rising above. So, it's accepting what is, but needing to just accept this and just letting it go. You have it's always tea time, externity, endless moments, repetition. All in the golden afternoon, inspiration, creative spark, imagination, conception. And then what will happen next? Ready to adventure, precipice of change, pause before action. You also have under that a moment's regret, nostalgia, idealizing the past, fear you've made a mistake. Remember how powerful you are, no need to fear. So it's pretty much like, here's the repetition, here's your new beginning that's sitting with this Ace of Swords. It's like all, or Ace of Wands, it's all Ace of Wands energy. And then what will happen? Like, which way will you go with this? Go on an adventure. Like, are you going to change? Just stop before you take action, because basically it's warning you, like, please don't go the way you normally go. Like, this is an energy that can be really great for you and to help you heal. But if you're not aware of how you're utilizing this energy, or even your little triggers that cause you to loop back on it, it's not going to be used or channeled in the right way. There's anger also that you have to deal with. Your anger is also blocking a lot of your intuition. You have anger. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor your emotions as sacred. Intuition. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. Your intuition is telling you, like, you know it's done. And you might even be like, yeah, I know it's done, blah, blah. But you got to be careful with that nostalgia. You got to be careful. Something is going to try to loop you back in. Also, watch your masculine energy. And I don't mean them, I mean you. Like, you're probably also not in your feminine energy. So that's also might be what this means, which I'll get to later. I pulled some runes for you, and it kind of matches this. You're probably in more of a masculine energy when it comes to love. You have possibility, raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential and delight. Count your blessings and enjoy life. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. So, it's really just saying, like, your anger is really blocking your intuition. You're not listening to it. And a lot of you are passive aggressively. It might be one of the areas where you're getting stuck, like I said, where you're channeling that anger in a way of, you can make it fix, you can fix it, you can make it work, but you'll never know that that's why you're driving towards it, because you never get it from this person or situation. It's chasing the dragon type idea. Chasing the dragon, just in case you don't know, is for, like, especially a lot of people with addictions, like, their first high is like a type of high that is like their best high. They'll never get it again. Every time they do drugs, they're always trying to chase that first time. They always want it to be like that. And there's always that hope that it will be like that, but it never is like that. Nothing's ever going to be like the first time they did it, right? And it's just always chasing, and it's chasing so much it spirals downward. So that might be what I actually call, I don't know. Might call that your reading, but sometimes when I do like witty things like that, like people don't get it or respond or something. But either way, something about your anger and your resentment and stuff is making you just try to fix this. And that's how you're like trying to get it out. And it's just building and blocking you up because you'll never get it through this person or situation. You can get it through other things though, but you just keep, your mind's telling you that you only can get it through this. And it's not. That's why you have to think of other possibilities. There's other possibilities that can bring you this delight that you're looking for. Not this situation. Person, whatever. And this is also going off like the healing energies for you. So you have receptive to others. This is actually a sacral chakra card. You know, there's a sun in the background. So it's actually kind of funny too that, you know, you guys are so probably sexually aggressive. Not all of you, but some of you. I think that's the way you're going about this though. And I don't mean that even just through sex. Like sexual energy is not just sex. It's not just creativity either. There's many ways to express this in a sexual way, but not through sex. I hope you get what I'm saying. But yet you're not really doing, you have an imbalanced feminine energy, which means you're not in the receptive mode. So it's trying to teach you how to become in the receptive mode, how to balance your energies, how to rise into your divine feminine status. If you are a female watching this or a male who just needs to heal their divine feminine status, or even the male, whatever. I realized in the beginning of my awakening that I had imbalanced male and female energies, and they were actually like the opposite of what they should be doing. So I realized that in some areas where I should be receptive, such as love, I was being more masculine. I was taking action in ways I shouldn't have been. I should have been more in the receptive. I'm not saying where I'm just like, come to me all the time. That's not what I'm saying, but like healthy, receptive energies. And you know, not convincing somebody of your worth and who you are, or, oh, you should be with me, or blah, blah, blah type thing. But knowing that the man who's for you or the woman who's for you, like they'll know, there won't be a doubt. They'll see you for who you are. You know, they'll come to you. Like, you just know. It's that knowing, right? So that's another feminine thing that's coming up here for you guys. And cycles and stuff. So there's cycles to be healed, but this is also a knowing thing. This is a high priestess, divine feminine energy. A lot of your feminine energies are trying to be healed right now. They just know. And you are so blocking your intuition and so riddled with fear that you can't even see. You know, you don't even know. You do know, though, in all actuality, you do know. You know you shouldn't be in this. So you do kind of know, but not enough to where you can just, you know, you're still working through the initial kind of blocks of it. But either way, it's helping you heal your energies and your feminine energies, which in turn will also help you heal your masculine. To finish what I was saying, though, is I found that I was taking action in areas I should have been receptive in. And then I was being receptive in areas I should have been taking action in, such as money, not so much in the past, but now I'm trying to get my discipline and willpower down in a self-driving way, not a fear-based way, like someone else is telling me to do it, but because I'm telling me to do it. And also with just like taking care of myself, or whatever, just things that are healthy that I should be taking action on type thing. And I wasn't. I was being receptive in that area. I hope you get what I'm saying. And then you also have forgiving. That's what I was saying. There's a lot of anger here. There's a lot of bitter and resentment. And I feel like when you start to do this healing, especially when you can get away from this situation, it's going to be uncomfortable for a minute. But once you can stay away and start your healing, get around safer environments, let your walls come down so you can see yourself and see your world because you feel safe enough to do it, you're going to start to heal a lot of your feminine energies. You're going to start to be more receptive. It's going to help you have compassion and forgive. You know, a very healthy feminine energy, they're not a pushover in any way. But they're still compassionate. So they can see that things don't really have to do with them. It's not because of them that stuff happens. It's not because of them why people are the way they are. They can have enough compassion to know that person's either on their own journey or they have their own blocks or they have their own perceptions or whatever. They can have compassion enough that it allows their heart to heal and allows their ego to stay balanced so that they can still just like ride their own stuff, you know? And they have their own goals and their own objectives that is not just derived off a person. Like they have their own creativity. They have the Empress. This to me in a lot of ways has a lot of Empress energy, you know, just receptive to others, forgiving. It has a lot of Empress energy, which I think is why it's coming up right now, where it's a healthy sexual energy. It's very creative. It's very abundant. It's very sure of themselves and knowing and what you're wanting to be and confident. And people want to know the Empress and be around the Empress. And it's, even if she's sitting there by herself, you know, she's on a throne. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's it. Is there anything? I guess I'll pull you a shaman card and then we'll be done. See if it has anything to say to you guys. But I love you guys. I hope this has helped you. Please don't forget about the raffle. So if you haven't heard about it, go towards the intro. It's at the end of the intro and the beginning of the video. Especially if you need help with like a chance to win a reading or a shamanic soul service that may help you with releasing this or seeing what the tie is, what's going on in there. Is there any cords that need to be removed or any wounds that need help with healing, or sometimes you might need things removed from you, or just to see things or a perspective, or if there's just energy that shouldn't be there. So it's a great deal. So go and look at that. I also have a video that I put up that pretty much does the same thing, but I might explain a little bit more in case you forget it's there. But I highly recommend you guys utilize this. You guys are especially somebody that's going through something right now. And I think it's kind of coincidental too that I'm offering this. It seems to be like, seems to be a lot going on at the end of the year this year. I don't know if it's getting ready to catapult for 2020, but I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of stuff going on, and I think it's a perfect time to be offering it because there just really so far seems to be a lot soul lesson wise that people are going through and really trying to break through or something for like the new year that's coming. So it's a great opportunity for you. Oh, by the way, your runes that you got is feminine energy, female, and the moon. I don't know if you saw that properly, but feminine energy and the moon. So, I mean, that's everything we've been talking about. I don't think I have to describe that anymore. I mean, it's all about like cycles, mysteries, illusions. They're both feminine energy. One is literally feminine and the moon feminine. So this is all about helping you with your feminine energy. Just so you know. All right. What guidance can you give for Leo? Okay. Man. So you got water, which is not surprising. You guys are all up in your emotions. So I'll show it to you real quick. Here's water. 61. Luminous warrior. I got excited for a second. I thought you guys only got one, so I only had one to read, but nope. 3, and then you have the Council. So water, when water arrives, you're invited to watch your emotions. Know they are going to be changeable and do not settle on a conclusion at this time. If you feel joy, feel that fully. If you feel sad, allow sadness to move through you. Water invites you to see the ebb and flow of events and trust you can ride the wave of opportunity when it arrives. Natural flow is here. Go with it. This is a time for cleansing unwanted energy and sticky feelings. Consider this, what water does not flesh, what water does to the flesh, it does in sacred ritual to the spirit. This cleansing, spiritual cleansing, like baptism, is the opportunity to get an instantaneous experience of the timeless, non-ordinary reality in which all true creation takes place. Now is also a time that is pregnant with potential for you. Carl Jung talked about the maternal womb-like significance of water as a universal symbol. Water represents the potentiality of existence. It precedes and sustains every creation. Emergence from it is manifestation. Emergence from it is manifestation. Immersion in it is dissolution of form. Because of this, it symbolizes regeneration. Make way for the process. You can expect it to be messy, but worth it. You could also be going through a dark night of the soul, or you may end up going through a dark night of the soul, or at least something like it. The luminous warrior reminds you it is important to focus on your power, wisdom, and beauty. Do not be seduced by what seems wrong with you or with the world. Remember that intention follows attention. So focus on your positive traits. Feed your light with more light until you feel truly empowered. Then there will be little need for action as you resolve all situations from within. Are you being tempted by your emotions to follow your lower instincts? Are you being invited to enter into a quarrel with someone? Put your sword away. This is not the time for battle. Your enemy is not who you think it is. Do not act from a place of anger that will damage your relationships and hurt the ones you care for. Find the truth hiding in your heart that will affirm your instinct for peace rather than for war. Especially since I don't think this person really wants a resolution. I mean, they might, but they're just worried about themselves. You need to just go worry about yourself right now. There's a conflict right now. And it might be a bunch of things, but the main conflict is they have their best interest at heart, and you're not it. And you're not trying to have your best interest. Or you are, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're going about it in the wrong way. The Council. The Council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. Exactly. You already know what to do. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. And forgiveness does not just mean going back to the person or situation. Like honestly, that actually will keep the resentment and the bitterness going. You have to go on your own in your own healing journey in order to heal this. Don't worry about what the future looks like. You just be in the here and now and do your healing. You are never alone. Turn to the Council to find the guidance you seek and listen to the voice that arises spontaneously. Turn a deaf ear to that nagging voice from your ego that tells you that you are not up for the task before you. Create a spiritual feast for the Council. Invite them to your altar every time you meditate or pray. Okay. I think that's it. Let's pull a fairy card. I know I always say I'm done, but the fairies want to talk. So we'll start to play with the fairies. I do want to do my own stuff on my own before I work with them, but let's see what it does because they have something they want to say. For guidance. Go for guidance or protection. 2, December 2019. Death? Death really came up. Scorpio people are the concept are really coming up for you a lot. What do you have to say? Leo, December 2019. I mean, for one, a lot of the big energy, what is this? That's coming up is, to remember that you are one with everything. But you have the Sage. Is this it? No. Okay, so, I mean, there's a lot of, like, elderly energy here of wisdom and knowing. It's almost sandwiching, though. Either a trickster energy, but I more just get like a young, playful, almost juvenile energy. So we're going to explore these together. And I can feel a lot off them, but I'm going to learn too. So you have the Sage. What's the Sage? Wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, patience. Is also the Shaman. Yeah. Not all wise men are shamans, and not all shamans are wise men. Here we see the wisdom and deep understanding, inner understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organize, integrate, and simplify one's thoughts. Complexity often leads to confusion. Simplicity is to be valued. This card signifies mental discipline informed by balanced learning and compassion. Tradition is valued, but appropriate change is accepted. The Sage knows when to let go and when to move on. He knows when to retreat and think things over. So it's kind of like the Hermit energy too. He compassionately and wisely shares his knowledge with others, teaching by example as well as by precept. The scales of justice are balanced in the Sage's hands. This card at reading also signifies the need for deep consideration and refined judgment applied with compassion and mercy. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. It's cool. So 57 is Lothus, the Wild. Haste, impulsiveness, fire, spontaneity, and balance. That's what I was saying. I feel like there's both these outer cards are very like calm, aged, like wise energies, and these two inner ones are they almost seem like young and juvenile or something. Haste, impulsiveness, fire, spontaneity, and balance. It's important to think and act creatively, and it says that the energy to do so is available. New approaches are called for here. Old ideas and old behaviors will not do it. Sometimes it may be useful to draw another card. We're not going to do it. There's enough around it. It may be telling you to go for something. Sometimes it's important to take the risk of making a fool of yourself to gain something amazing and wonderful and miraculous. Sometimes it says to go for it now, and sometimes it isn't. If the only reason for caution is that you're afraid of looking silly, it probably is the time to go for it, which this is not this case. But I think this is part of the energy that may be being misused, that I was saying up there, of this Page of Cups and the Wand, the Ace of Wands. It's, yeah, like both of these energies are like your, I'll show you the other one in a minute, but they're kind of like that childlike energy, that impulse, that fire, that go. And then sandwiching it on the outside, you have these two very wise old energies. I'm not sure exactly why they're sandwiching it. I know they're helping you get where you want to be. Meekle a muckle. Everyday blessings play mixed blessings. It's like telling you to lighten up. Here is the benefit of being childlike, trusting heart and childlike wisdom. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I knew both these energies were very childlike. Seeing directly into the true nature of things. Don't complicate matters. What you see is what you get. Exactly. Don't look for hidden and subtle meanings and motivations because they are not there in this case. Go to the heart of the matter, the simple core hidden behind complexities. Don't be so caught up in thinking about the future that you can't see what is happening now. Welcome adventure into your life. Try something you've never done before and take some time to play with Mickle before you turn into a grumpy glump or a worn out word. Like this. Yes. Exactly. All right, one more. 47, the Oakmen. Strength, ancient wisdom, and depth. Exactly. It's kind of similar to the Sage. This card depicts, did I show you? I can't remember. The Oakmen. This card depicts the wisdom and strength of age. It also reminds us that what we need to know, what is truly there to be seen, cannot be discovered by a superficial glance and hasty reaction. Any reading the Oakmen tells us to look slowly and deeply into the heart of the matter and to see past the superficialities of the surface. Consider the history of the situation in depth and learn from the past. Consult others with more experience than you have. Learn from the wisdom from the elders, both those available to you personally and those you encounter in books and elsewhere. In this matter, it would be wise to make your decisions after more pondering and studying the situation. Consider motivations in depth. Take action only after deliberation. The Oakmen tell us that haste may be, at this moment, our worst enemy. They also suggest we might learn a lot from trees. Consider the trees and their wisdom. Connect with a wise old one and ask for help. That was awesome. Thanks, guys. So yeah, I love you guys. I hope this really helped you. If you need help with this, let me know. Don't forget about the raffle. It's a great opportunity for you guys to help energetically, reading wise. Awesome deal. Also, or if you just want to purchase a reading or a service, I will have the shamanic services in my description box soon. If you want to know before I get it, put it up, and email me on it. For donations, if this has helped you, or the give take of energy, information in the description box below. Services, information in the description box below. Email address, information in the description box below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. It's your way of contributing to me and as a thanks for the energy I'm putting out. It also helps circulate the videos and the messages, so maybe somebody else who needs to see it, can see it. So at the very least, if all you can do, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's a very easy thing. And just a way to give thanks, and it will help me help my channel and help others who need to get the message. I love you guys. I think I'm remembering everything. So look into the raffle, go back, rewind it if you need help remembering, or email me if you need help for the raffle or anything else. I love you guys. Good luck. I'll be seeing and talking to you soon. Bye.